But moving from there on, Bajaj Electricals, another stock to focus on, where October month has been strong, as well as the management has been indicating that November has been as strong as well. The stock is seeing gains of 1%. Shekhar Bajaj, CMD at Bajaj Electricals, joins us on the phone line to help us understand how the festive season sales has been. Welcome to the show, Mr. Bajaj, and a very good morning. If you could just help us understand, October was very strong when we spoke to you earlier. How has November panned out with regards to the festive season sales in the consumer product division?
Actually, for us, both October has been also very strong and November also has been very strong because I think our distribution network, which has been strengthened in the last 2-3 years, now the benefits are coming because we are covering a lot of almost 545 districts and therefore because of which most of the people cannot reach there, and therefore maximum money and maximum growth personally I think is going to come not from the metro cities but from the rural and semi-rural markets, and that's where the growth is coming from.
Right. So, Mr. Bajaj, if you could just help us understand, is there a possibility where the third quarter of FY19 will be better than the second quarter of FY19?
So I would say that first, the last quarter of last year and the first quarter, first 2 quarters has been having a growth of 20. In the consumer products, we've had a growth of around 25% each of the quarters. So I expect that the same 25% level of growth should continue in the third and fourth quarter also.
Right, so 25% growth will continue in the third and the fourth quarter as well. Now, with regards to where the liquidity crunch that the system has been facing, there is an indication that there could possibly be a slowdown in the real estate space. Do you think that could impact demand going ahead, or are you seeing any signals on this front?
See, as far as we are concerned, there may be a slowdown as far as construction is concerned in terms of deals which are taking place, but in construction business you have to start 2 to 3 years before. So once you've taken a project, you have to complete it. It may take 3 years before the project really is handed over. So new projects are not coming up now because they can see that there is an over availability which is there. But as far as the market is concerned, still there is a demand for our products. Luckily, we are in the small appliances, fans and lighting, which is required for masses. It's not a high-valued car or air conditioner or something where a person says, let me postpone it. If a person needs a toaster or a mixer or a fan, I don't think he's going to worry about whether the market is good or bad. If he needs it, he needs it.
Right. With regards to commodity prices and depreciation of rupee is concerned, that is what had impacted margins of the CP division to some extent. Going ahead, how is the outlook looking like? Because we've seen rupee, which has now come in from levels of 74 to almost 70 is the level that we're tracking, and commodity prices are also cooling off.
See, what happens is that our margins have not gone down any significantly as far as the second quarter is concerned. As far as commodity price is concerned, the benefit of the commodity price or the exchange rate will only come by fourth quarter because there's always stock in the pipeline and the prices of the commodity take some time to really percolate in the marketplace. So we expect that so therefore we have not done much of price increases, and therefore I don't think we are looking at some price reduction taking place. But if we were thinking of some item where we were going to have a price increase, we may postpone it or we may not do it at all. But there is no price reduction that is expected because of this commodity price or oil price unless it goes down substantially, and certainly our cost substantially comes down, then of course we'll pass it on to the consumer.
Right, so that's with regards to where price increases go. Mr. Bajaj, if you're talking about the EPC project division as well, now it's the UP order that has actually boosted your order book on that front. But do you think there is an expectation of some pressure coming in on the margin front in the EPC business on the back of this order?
It's going to, the UP project is so uncertain because it's such a big project, and because of the election coming, because of various issues, so therefore there's a lot of uncertainty. So definitely one is it's going to impact our cash flows, because and it's going to impact our margins. How much I can't say because it's too early at this moment, but yes, there is an impact on margins, in liquidity also, cash flow. In our CP business, no cash flow issue because we are now almost giving no credit. It is being financed through the what we call channel financing. So the banks are financing our distributors. So we are not really giving much credit at all. So there's no CP business. There's no financial pressures at all. As far as EPC business, because this project is a very big project, there is a cash flow issue which is there, and margins are going to get impacted. But how much, only time will show. And now with this commodity prices coming down, hopefully in our future purchases we'll get some benefits.
Right, and very lastly, Mr. Bajaj, so once the UP project is over, are we expected to see a dip in revenues in the EPC division, or are there any further tenders that you are actually bidding for?
No, actually, it will dip next year, which is a good news. Our internal understanding is that we do not want this EPC business to go more than 50-50. So, if B2B and B2C should be around 50-50. So at this moment, because of this substantial order book that we have received, we may end up at the year ending maybe around 3,000 crore, maybe in the CP business, 28 to 3,000 crore, and around 38 to 4,000 crore. That means around 7,000 between the two, but 3,000 in CP and 4,000 in EPC business. So for the coming year, we may end up not wanting any major growth coming out of EPC business. We would like the growth only to come in the CP business, so it comes back in a year or 2 years back to 50-50.
Right. All right, Mr. Bajaj. Pleasure speaking to you. The stock also seeing gains of almost 1.2% in trade.